Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Sidestagewithsoph, the show that takes you behind the safety curtain, behind the scenes, showing you what it really takes to get a show up on its feet. From cuts to costume fittings, sits probe to star ratings, and tech to fine tuning, we will discuss it all here with your host, Soph. I'm very excited to welcome you all to the first episode in the series I'm calling Fringe Fridays. Our first guest today is the lovely Meg, here to talk about her show, Bride to Be. I have to admit, the title alone and its relatability has enticed me, so let's get into it. Meg, how are you this morning? Because you are currently on a very different time zone to me.
Yes, well, I'm so happy to be here. Yes, this morning is it's going. We're doing it. I do still have my coffee. I will say that. Still waking up. I had a little day job before this, but now I'm here and I'm
Nice.
happy. I teach fitness, so it's like early mornings, and then I'm like,
Okay,
now I'm
right,
free.
fair. Okay.
Yeah.
As usual, on Side Stage with Soph, I start by asking my guests the same question. Discussing shows going to the Edinburgh Fringe is no different, but just with a theme. So, with that said, Meg, I ask you, what is your favourite thing about the Edinburgh Fringe?
Ooh, I've only been once before, and I think my favorite part was just being inspired by
Mm.
all of the other art and just there's just a vibe. Like there's this
Yeah.
creative energy that like was so inspiring, even though, as a solo show artist, sometimes you feel so small. But in that too, there is so much power and like there's so many of us out here trying and like trying to make the world a better place,
Yeah.
especially at this time where it's like things are looking bleak. And it's just cool. It's just cool to be around other creatives that have these very imaginative ideas, and it just inspired me to like write more and push myself.
Yeah, great. As you were saying before we started recording, I the title alone has me hooked because of how relatable it is. Everyone knows someone either just married or getting married. I know from doing some background work that you like to take a deeper look into marriage. With that said, I was just wondering what made you come up with this idea when going to write a show?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it first, well, it all started when I got engaged. And I do stand up a lot in the city too, so I was just writing a lot of jokes around it. And a lot of my close girlfriends had either just gotten married or were also engaged. So I was just
Hmm.
kind of in this time of your life where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, we're all doing this. I officiated like two of my friends' weddings, so I'm just like
Oh.
I know it's really fun, but like I've just like been in wedding or around wedding a lot,
Hmm.
and so then it was my turn to plan wedding, and I just started writing it. There's so many silly things, and it's such this big cultural phenomenon that
Yeah.
goes on, and it wasn't until I was going through it that I was like, this are like so many silly things that we just like stress about for no
Hmm.
reason, and then it almost feels like a lot of your relationships, both like your family and friends, are just like put under a microscope
Yeah.
for like picking out an entree. And it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's so silly to me. I felt myself also getting sucked into it at times, and I don't know, and it just made me really want to look deeper into just like yeah, the culture around weddings and like how did we get here?
Mm.
Like how did we
Yeah,
get to like
exactly.
big, extravagant events where people are taking out loans to
Which is
have a
madness.
firework. Yeah, so that really I was like, how did we get here? And what does it really mean to like be a feminist but also be a bride, like be a wife
Mm.
and all of that in today's world. So yeah.
Yeah. I definitely believe we can get caught up in all the extras, and we forget about the main element, I suppose, of a marriage is love, which sounds quite soppy, but it really is the key
It
element.
is.
Like, how much, I suppose you've kind of touched on it just there, but how much research into the actual history of marriage did you do? Like, was there anything in particular that shocked you, maybe, or is there like a fun fact that you've learned and that you carry around?
Yeah, you know what? I learned so much. There was this really great book,
Wedded wife.
and it's a UK author actually.
Oh.
Um, a feminist history of marriage. And I really like this was just so interesting. She has a lot of like crazy fun facts that are like did you know Queen Victoria was the first to wear the white wedding gown, and it wasn't for purity,
Oh,
it was because she was rich.
okay.
That made me laugh a little bit that like we turned it into this whole purity thing, and how white was
Yeah.
because the bride had to be, a virgin and perfect,
Yes.
and it wasn't that at all. She was just rich, and rich people could wear white because it proved that they could like clean their clothes or they could just throw away
Mm,
their clothes, which I was like, that's so silly. That we like took it to this extreme, and I don't know. And
yeah.
yeah, so a lot of fun things, and I try to incorporate some of these like fun tidbits. Some of them are like sad, but I don't know. I try to incorporate a lot of them into the show and kind of relating it like bachelorette parties. I know you guys can do's, if
Yes,
you will.
yes.
That's another thing. I'm really interested to do it with a UK audience, and like the cultural difference I think would be really fun to explore. But how bachelorette parties got started, and I
Yeah.
have a joke about it in my show, but they're actually like a very feminist act, because it used to be that only men were allowed to have bachelor parties, and
Yeah.
like they were the ones that were allowed the crazy night out before they were shackled by
Yeah,
marriage.
exactly.
And then during the women's liberation movement in the 70s, women were like, no, we're getting
Absolutely not.
drunk too. Yeah, like, we're having fun too. And I don't know, that just like made me chuckle. And then to see like how far some bachelorette parties have come
Oh my
these days.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
So
like
yeah,
go
just
away
stuff
for
like
even
that.
like weeks and stuff. Like a week
I
away.
know. You gotta get your passport out. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Like theme nights and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Quote unquote from the description of your show, planning a wedding or redefining it. Is the OG meaning of marriage getting lost? Do we think weddings have turned into parties with just a ceremony to start, or are we there to just tick a box and then.
Yeah. I mean, I think it can be all of the above, which I think I try to explore in my show of like, what do I want out of this wedding? And also, what do I want out of this marriage? Because I
Yeah.
do think that there are people that just, I accidentally pulled this. Do you like to read? I just read this book too, The Wedding People.
Hmm.
This is now just a book podcast, but it's about a very like $1 million wedding, and it's
Oh
very
wow.
extravagant, and so I think that like there are people that just want to check the box and just
Yes,
want to get
yes.
married and just want to do that. And I don't know, I think it is something that like you really have to like consider with your partner, right? Like, why
Mm,
are we doing this? What is the whole uh or reason for getting married? And I don't know, with me and my partner, we'd been together for 7 years before we were like, I guess we should like get married now. And it
yeah.
was one of those things where it was like, we're already committed, we already live together, we already
Mm,
share a bank account, we already do all of these things. So honestly, having a wedding was kind of like, let's have a fun party.
yeah,
Like we're
exactly.
already so committed, and like, but that was our vision and our choice, and we
Yeah.
had communicated about our intentions. So I think it can be all of the above. I also think that people do it and do, some of the ceremonies because of family pressure,
Hmm.
and maybe, feel like they have to get married in the church or get married like at specific venues or places or whatever
Yeah.
because of their family putting so much pressure on them to do it a certain way because that's how it's done. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it can be all of the above, but you have to have the power to decide for yourself.
Yeah.
And it can be hard with all of the outside noise going on.
Yeah, especially because it usually is only just for kind of one day, so you need to make sure that you're enjoying that one day instead of worrying about what everyone else is feeling. Like it's okay to
Yeah.
worry to make sure that like everyone has had an okay day and that they're okay with their food or whatever, but like at the end of the day it is really your day to make those decisions for. You don't want to be remembering just the worry you had. You obviously want to be remembering, the love and dancing with your loved ones and stuff. Now, I say this as someone 24, very not near marriage, but this is what I've picked up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. Yeah,
um,
and it's so silly because like even if you haven't been married, you've at least like bet most people have been to a wedding
yeah,
and
yeah,
experienced some version of this, where they're either like that couple hates each other
yeah,
or like what a fun time. This is just like the
yeah,
greatest celebration of love, you know?
yeah.
So yeah.
Um, So we are at our this or that section of the podcast, because every episode of Side Stage with Soph has a this or that, but these are Fringe themed, Edinburgh Fringe
Ooh,
themed.
okay.
So you can take them as quick fire or as not as you like. But let's start. So the first one is flyering or no flyering.
Flyering.
Mhm.
I
Um.
mean, I don't love it, but I feel like you have to do it.
Yeah. Are you someone that will see only one other show a day? So, like, obviously a show besides your own, or cram it all in?
Ooh, ooh, it's I feel like if I'm performing at like one show a day when I start because I have to like I get so anxious and I can't focus on the other shows.
Yeah.
But then once I get up and rolling, then I'll like see multiple shows a
Okay.
day.
Um,
Yeah.
do you prefer the Royal Mile or Arthur's Seat?
The Royal Mile,
Okay.
because I don't think I know what Arthur's Seat is. Where is it?
It's that big mountain thing in Edinburgh.
In the
That,
Royal Mile it is.
that's
And
fine.
I'm performing on the Royal Mile, so there you go.
Yes. Um, bagpipes or the other street performers?
Bagpipes. I'm
Cute.
obsessed with the bagpipes. So fun.
Um, do you prefer sweet or savory food at the food stalls? Which one?
Savory.
Oh yeah, slay. Same.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's actually all the this or that, and we have come to the end of our first Fringe Friday. Meg, I would like to thank you so much for joining me. Everyone, make sure to go watch Bright to Be. It will be playing from the 7th to the 15th of August at 7:40 p.m. The Thistle Theatre at Greenside at Riddles Court. Yes, thank you, thank you.
That's it.
I'll leave the details in the caption as well anyway, and I will see you all the next time on Side Stage with Soph. Bye!